shapes emerged, mimicking villagers' deepest fears with unsettling clarity. The ethereal light warped into haunting forms that tightened its grip on the frightened souls nearby. Alara's pendant glowed with unexpected intensity, revealing hidden runes etched beneath its surface that had gone unnoticed before. The runes shimmered against the moonlit silver, suggesting a link to ancient wisdom. Suddenly, a fierce gust snuffed out every lantern, plunging the village into deeper shadow. Only the moon remained to illuminate the vale's mesmerizing, yet terrifying, dance in the night. Resolute, Alara chose to venture into the forest to confront the vale's enigma, with Kale reluctantly binding himself to her. Together, they stepped into the shadows where the moonlight barely pierced the dense canopy. Deeper within the forest, they discovered ancient stones arranged in a crescent shape, faintly glowing beneath the moon's silvery light. The stones hummed with a subtle energy, resonating with the veil that now encircled them. The veil wrapped around the stones, growing more tangible as its whispers rose into haunting melodies that wove through the trees. The silver light pulsed like a living heartbeat, intensifying the eerie atmosphere. Alara stumbled, and from the shimmer emerged a shadowy figure eerily resembling her own reflection. It reached out, trying to pull her into the veil's radiant but unnerving light, challenging her grip on reality. Kale reacted swiftly, chanting incantations from his ancient journal inscribed with cryptic runes. His voice cut through the night, momentarily dispersing the shadow and soothing the restless veil's turmoil. Their eyes caught a hidden inscription on one of the crescent stones, referencing an ancient ritual designed to bind or control the veil's potent power. The markings hinted at a fragile balance between light and shadow, old as the moon itself. As the night deepened, the veil became tempestuous, tugging fiercely at Alara's pendant and the birthmark pulsing beneath her skin. The lunar energy strained against her, threatening to overwhelm her senses. Visions assaulted Alara, moonlit battles between ethereal guardians and veil spirits trapped between worlds. The spectral clashes echoed through her mind, revealing a long-hidden conflict intertwined with her own destiny. Kale disclosed that he had once been a guardian, bound by a curse to roam until the veil's balance was restored. His storm-gray hair and weathered cloak marked years of wandering in search of redemption and renewal. The forest shifted around them. Ancient trees whispered dire warnings as the path back to the village faded into obscurity. Shadows thickened, and the boundary between reality and veil blurred dangerously. A sudden change in the moon's phase warped the veil's form, stretching it like molten silver encasing them. The light's fluid motion intensified, binding Alara and Kale in its shimmering grasp as the night deepened. Alara and Kale finally reached the ancient altar, its surface worn smooth by time but still radiating a strange energy. The crescent-shaped indentation in the stone calls to Alara's pendant, which fits perfectly as if made for the place. The moment the pendant settles, a faint hum vibrates through the air, heightening the tension around them. As Alara presses the pendant deeper into the altar, a sudden burst of blinding light erupts, flooding the clearing with silvery luminescence. The veil responds violently, thrashing like a living current before enveloping them in its shifting folds. Both find themselves swept away, pulled through an otherworldly vortex that warps the very fabric of their surroundings. They emerge in a liminal realm where the skies glow with a cold silver hue, and the land is draped in long shadows cast by an unseen moon. This ethereal place seems bound by lunar light, both beautiful and haunting, its edges blurred and constantly shifting like a dream. All around, reflective surfaces ripple oddly, mirroring more than just their images. From the shadows flicker faint, sorrowful figures, lost villagers caught in the veil's unyielding curse. They approach silently, their eyes pleading for release though no words escape their lips. The air is thick with a heavy grief that weighs on Alara's heart, deepening her resolve. Suddenly, Alara's silver crescent birthmark glows with intense light, casting a gentle beacon that reaches out to the fragmented souls. The spectral villagers respond, their forms stabilizing as a faint connection is formed between their trapped essence and the waking world. This luminous link offers a fragile hope for their salvation. Kale studies the cryptic runes inscribed within his ancient journal, muttering translations under his breath. He reveals that the veil was originally created as a shield to protect the realm from outside harm, but the magic became twisted over time. The intended guardian became a curse, feeding on the fears of those it was meant to defend. They are soon met by a spectral guardian, an imposing figure woven from light and shadow. The guardian warns them solemnly that interfering with the veil is perilous, threatening to collapse both the liminal realm and the physical world. Its tone is grave, underscoring the fragile balance at stake. Torn between duty and fear, Elara wrestles with whether to sever the veil's corrupt power completely or try to restore its original protective nature. The weight of her people's fate presses heavily on her as the moonlight continues to shift all around them. Kale watches closely, understanding this choice could alter everything. In vision-like echoes, they witness scenes from centuries past, a ritual interrupted and mistakes made that bound the veil's power improperly. Shadows flicker with ancient sorrow, revealing how the once sacred ceremony turned source of torment. This glimpse into history deepens their understanding of the veil's dark transformation. The veil's once gentle shimmer now feeds on fear and despair, distorting the village's destiny under each changing moon phase. The shadows writhe unnaturally, as if alive with malice, and the villagers' suffering becomes a continuous cycle of anguish. This sinister evolution curses the land with dread and hopelessness. Kale confesses that he fled the village long ago, overwhelmed by guilt after failing to stop the curse from spreading. His weathered face reflects years of regret, and his voice carries a somber tone as he admits his past mistakes. Elara's resolve only hardens upon hearing his confession. Determined, Elara pledges to confront the root of the corruption, vowing to free both her people and the trapped souls from the veil's grasp. Her birthmark pulses softly, as if lending its strength to her conviction. Kale nods, ready to stand by her side through whatever trials lie ahead. Back at the altar in the forest realm, Elara and Kale begin a ritual drawn from the ancient runes and guided by the pendant's radiant glow. The air thrums with power as they work in unison, weaving light and shadow to mend the fractured veil. Time seems to stretch as the veil responds to their efforts, but the veil resists violently, twisting in turbulent waves of shadow and shimmering light, fighting to maintain its corrupted hold. The altar trembles under the strain, and the boundaries between realities blur dangerously. It becomes clear that the veil will not surrender its power easily. Summoning her inner strength, Elara channels the energy from her glowing birthmark, stabilizing the veil's tumultuous flow. Her hands steady as a calming lunar light radiates outward, soothing the chaotic forces. Slowly, the balance begins to shift, giving hope that the ritual will succeed.